I love the stories, especially at the old burying ground, that brings people to life. So when you're talking about like the 3 Sebastian boys who died of yellow fever, think of yourself as a mother or father and losing 3 sons in less than a year from a disease that today we could take care of, but back then you couldn't. And I just want people to, appreciate what we have now versus what people had then and everything we've had to go through to get to this point.
A lot of the stories don't have a happy ending. And there's some stories in there that kind of touch people, and then you get to the ending and it's just, oh, that's so sad, oh, that's so sad. But life was so different for these people, and they had a way of life that we can't even identify with.
And this is the old burying ground. There's a book, if you've ever come across it, called 199 Cemeteries That You Need to Visit Before You Die. And the old burying ground in Beaufort is actually in the book, along with Arlington and Normandy and so forth. What's going on with this grave right here inside with all the little trinkets on top? That's the little Slough girl buried in the barrel of rum. There's no Slough family plot because we think that Captain Slough and his wife left after their daughter died.
The other story is Sarah Gibbs, Nathaniel Gibbs, and Jacob Shepherd. Originally, Sarah and Jacob were married. When
they were young, they fell in love. He went out to sea to make some money so they could start a family. The ship was supposed to return. It didn't return. Some years went by and she finally had to accept that he's not going to return.
So Sarah ends up marrying Nathaniel Gibbs. They have at least one child that we know of. A few years later, Jacob comes back to his true love.
And when he got here, he found that Sarah was married to Mr. Gibbs. They made a deal that he said, you can have Sarah in life as long as I can have her next to me throughout eternity. So when they died, they were buried side by side. There's a lot of history there. People want to know how many are buried in here. It's like, we really don't know because the oldest markers were shells and wood and they're gone. They walk around and they look at the headstones and monuments that we don't talk about, but they're very interested in the story.
The docents at the old burying ground really do bring these people to life, and you can imagine being with them, right next to them, and experiencing some of the things they experienced.